Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year 2025 to everybody. I want to take a moment to thank every one of you who has watched, commented, shared, subscribed, and liked my videos. Your support means the world to me, and it keeps me motivated to create even better information for you. This year, by the grace and the mercy of God, I promise to stay consistent and bring you more valuable and engaging information. So let's make 2025 an amazing year together. Stay tuned, stay amazing, and thank you for being part of this journey with gratitude. Today, I'll be sharing insight on why US visa application might be denied, even if you have a full funding. This insight comes directly from a credible source, a retired US immigration officer. Stay tuned to learn the key reason behind visa deniers and how you can improve your chance of success. If you have ever wondered why funding alone isn't enough, this video is for you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also share your thoughts. So let's dive in. So someone went for a visa interview and got denied. So the person asked this question, and this is the question we'll be dealing with today. So the question was, I was denied a US visa today, despite having full funding from a school that covers my living expenses and tuition fee. What should I do? So this retired immigration officer answered this question. And we're going to look at the way he answered the questions and also some important things that we need to derive from his answer. So his answer was try again. When I did consular work, someone coming a second time always had an interview with a different consular officer. So in other words, it means that if you are going back for an interview, you have gone there before for an interview and you're going back the second time, the person who interviewed you will not be the person to interview again. So even though you were directed to the front of the person, they will send you to another person to interview you. So have at the back of your mind that whenever you're going back for an interview, not the person who interviews is going to interview you again. So the most common reason for a refuser is that the consular officer did not believe that you intend to return to your country. Important one, your home country. So Section 214B of the US Immigration and Nationalization Act. So we are going to dive into this Section 214B very soon. Well, let's take it step by step. Moreover, the law requires the consular officer to start out with the perception that you are intending immigrant. I'll read it again. Moreover, the law requires the consular officer to start out with the perception that you are an intending immigrant. Now, what is intending immigrant? An intending immigrant is an alien who is in process of seeking immigration, but has not yet been admitted to the United States. That's just the definition. But let me give you an elaborate definition that can give you understanding of an intending immigrant. So I wrote here, I said, a good definition of an intending immigrant is an individual who plans to move to different country with the intention of establishing permanent residence. With the intention of establishing permanent residence. The government believes that individual who has an intention of permanent residence, that is what they call an intending immigrant. So every consular that you're going there to meet has this at the back of their mind, that you are an intended immigrant who is going to the state to stay without coming back, to stay there permanently. That is whoever you are standing in front of that person. So you should be able to know how you are going to answer. So even though you are given full funding, the person you are standing in front of for you to do your interview have it at the back of his own mind or her mind that you are an intending immigrant who is going there to stay permanently. So you should be able to think how you are going to convince the person that you're not going there to stay permanently. Okay, let's go on. And then find that your situation and your presentation enable them to overcome that perception. So you must be able to give a good presentation, a reason, a genuine reason why you are not going there to stay permanently. That's not all, but that is one major intending perception of a consular related to an intending immigrant who is coming in front of him or her for the interview to get his or her visa. Okay, but another thing I want to try to point out is that every consular are psychologists. So I want you to know that these immigrant officers are psychologists. And what is psychologist? Psychologist is a professional who practice psychology. That is, they study human behavior, they study emotion, and they study social processes. So they study, they're there to study you. Even though they are psychologists, note this very well. You must realize that human behavior are not fixed. It varies from countries to country. For example, in many countries, such as the United States, in their own way, is that a person must make a direct eye contact. So whoever will make a direct eye contact is considered to demonstrate openness and honesty. So whenever you are going there to apply, make a direct contact. They look at your emotion, they look at your honesty, they look at your openness, they look at your behavior, and they also look at the processes. So whenever you are going, they know that the person you are dealing with is a psychologist person. So it's trying to read you. Although they can't read your mind, but with all these things that I've mentioned out, they try to make use of it as part of the perception, apart from the intending immigrant. So if you know you have a full funding, you should know this whenever you are going for your visa interview. Okay? Let's continue. Now, before I go on, let me give you this example. Another thing they also look at, looking at the intending immigrant, is that, for example, let's say you are coming there you are going to the United States to study. So you are coming for your visa interview as F1 student. Another thing they look at is that, are you truly going there to study? That's what they look at. Is it truly you are going there to study? So let me give you this example. When I was going for my visa interview, the F1 document was sent to me, along with some other documents. So when I got it, I applied for financial mathematics. But when I got my F1 document, it was written there under the course to study. It was written there as data modeling and warehousing and database administration. So under there, it was not written financial mathematics. So when I got my F1 document and I look at it, when I saw it, I realized that no, something is wrong. I applied for financial mathematics. This is what I'm seeing there. But thank God, with all the document that was sent to me, I decided to read everything. So one of the things is that whenever you receive any document, make sure you read and understand, because your way, so the way to get your visa can also be there. Okay, so let's go on. So when I got it, I applied for visa interview. I've read everything that is written there. So I realized that this data modeling and warehousing and administration that was written inside my F1 that was sent to me document is a code that was approved by Tennessee Board. Because I studied that I'm going there to study is financial mathematics, but there's one called a major and concentration. So the major is called computer science and quantitative method. The concentration is financial mathematics. So when I got to the front of the counselor asked me first question, where am I going to? Then asked the second question, what course am I studying? I said financial mathematics. Said, why are you studying the course? So I continue explaining the reason why I'm studying financial mathematics, because my background was mathematics. But I realized that this man was looking at me. I was looking at my F1 document that was sent to me. By the time we look at each other, I find out that what I was saying was not tallying with what was written on my I-20. So I stopped. And I told him, I said, sir, I realized that what I was saying was different with what was on my I-20. And he said, yes, of course. I said, okay, let me explain what is on my I-20 to you. Then I started my explanation. So I told him, I said, the data modeling and warehousing that is written on my I-20 is a code that was approved by Tennessee board. Under this code, we have concentration, and the concentration is computer science and quantitative method. Under this concept, we have this major. Under this major, we have different concentration. We have mathematical finance, we have mathematics instruction, we have predictive analysis, I begin to mention them. Then I brought out the paper and I gave it to him. I said, look at the front of it there. You will see that it was written that this is a code approved by Tennessee board. Then if you go down, you will see the major, which is computer science and quantitative method. When you turn to the other side, you will see the concentrations. Under the concentration, you see mathematical finance. He did not ask further question. He just gave it to me. Gave me my visa. So I'm giving you as an example, apart from the intention that you are going to be staying permanently in the United States, you should be able to convince the consular that you are truly going there to study. So let's go on. Determining someone's intention is difficult. So it's telling that to determine the intention of that person is very, very difficult. So I'm giving an example now. Let's go back to what we're reading. Nobody is a mind reader. They must construct an opinion based on what they see and what they hear. So whenever you're going to meet a consular for a visa interview, you should know this very, very well. Many people lie to consular officers. So visa officers can be suspicious. Many people lie to consular officers, so visa officers can be suspicious. Documents are not helpful since false documents are easily to obtain. This person I'm talking about that we are reading his context was once a consular in Nigeria. So that's why I decided to point this out. We're going to see more of his stuff. Anytime I'm posting more video, you're going to see more and more. Different consular officers as human beings has different strengths and weaknesses as they approach their difficult or near impossible tasks. Hey, look at that context there. Different consular officers as human beings has different strengths and weaknesses as they approach their difficult or near impossible tasks. Note this word very well. So if you are a prayerful person, whenever you are praying, pray the strengths and the weaknesses of any consular you are going to meet, that God should make his weaknesses and his strength to favor your visa. You see it here. Okay. It's going to give us an example. Let me read it one more time. The different consular officers as human beings has different strengths and weaknesses as they approach their difficult or near impossible tasks. Note it very well. A lot of them have their weaknesses and their strength. So eyes contact is important. Know what you are saying. That is, you have to be able to convince the person you are truly going there to study. Okay? And you are convinced the person you are coming back. We're going to get to it very soon. He gave us an example. Say, one time I gave a visa to a dairy farmer who wanted to go to the US to get some materials and information to improve his health. He has been rejected by 3 of my colleagues. 3. So that is his 4th time. Unfortunately, I had worked on dairy farmer, so I asked him about milking cows. He clearly knew a lot, so I gave him the visa. So give it another try. Look at this example. This person has been going. I'm praying for someone in this year. As you're going for your visa interview, you will meet an obstacle in Jesus' name. See, apart from they having intention, please pray. I'm telling you the truth. Please pray. Please pray. There are a lot of people that you are going to stand in front of them and they even know what you are going to go and study. Some of them has even read about you before coming. So please, I'm praying. Immediately they got to the front of them. Oh, I'm sorry. None of them have read about you. But immediately you got into the front of them, they are going to see everything that is on your DSI 60, your DS 160. Sorry, they're going to see what is on your DS 160. So it is important that when you are going there, know these intentions, know these things. That will help you to be able to overcome. Even though you have full funding, that doesn't guarantee your visa. That doesn't guarantee your visa. Okay, the last I'm going to talk about is to talk about the section I-140 that we talked earlier on. So the section I-140 states that is given that a failure to demonstrate a strong tie to your home country or lack of intent to return after completing your studies. So that is section 216 under the law of immigration. And strong proof of ties. So if you are denied under this section 214, demonstrating strong tie to your home country, you have to provide an evidence like family connection. For example, you have a married person, you have children, and that's a big one. That you are coming back because of your wife, your children, or your husband and your children. Another one is property ownership. If you have a property there, show it that you have a property. This is a very good source. So show it that you have a property that you can show that, yes, this is my property. You have everything to show that you are still coming back. Then important one is a job offer upon return. So you should be able to give them the reason why you are coming back. For example, maybe you have a job, let them know that you are coming back for your job. Or maybe you have a particular things you are coming back, you have to come back to do in the country. Please showcase it. It's going to help you a lot to be able to overcome this obstacle. So even though you are given full funding, that doesn't guarantee your visa. These are one of the things that will guarantee your visa. Okay, so I'm still going to give you more information later, but I'm going to be stopping there today. And thank you for everyone who has helped, subscribed, like, comment. And in this case, also, please, after giving you this information, I want you to comment. Give more suggestion if you have. If you have more suggestion, please give in the comment section. And if you have more questions, please ask. Please ask. I'll be able to go into more sources to give you more answers to all of your questions. And the most important one is please like this, share it, and subscribe. All these sources, we take time for us to gather all these sources. Please subscribe, share it, and also comment. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.